Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's me Gamerturk and it is opinion time. This is going to be my Road to Sonic Forces series where I will be talking about my own opinions on various aspects of the game. I felt like my analysis videos were a little too fact oriented. I'm not gonna stop doing them, but I feel like this is a necessary addition to those. And at this point I feel like everybody knows I find reaction videos extremely stupid, and I mean, when it's a 20-year-old guy sitting in front of a monitor and losing his mind while watching Shadow jump on a 2D platforming section, it just feels like fake as hell, and I prefer being honest. Anyways, let's get to the opinion part without going overboard on exaggerated emotions, shall we? My first episode will be about the custom character, or Bob, as I like to call him. I will talk about his overall gameplay as well, but I'll start this by saying I was never a fan of the thought of a custom character from a narrative perspective to begin with. I enjoyed the adventures throughout the 26 years of the series because I enjoyed the characters, not because I wanted to be a part of them. And as I slightly mentioned in my analysis videos previously, the fact that a player character is getting introduced into the game world brings a huge burden with it, and it is not easy for a game to carry that weight on its shoulders. A custom character is there to represent us, the players, but Sonic Team not having much experience with such a subject that is even huge studios like BioWare even have trouble with, I am very concerned by the custom character playing a huge part in the campaign. Will he talk? I doubt it. If he talks, then unless there are multiple dialogue options, it wouldn't really represent us as a player. If he stays mute, sure, he can be a blank slate that we can put our thoughts on top of him, but then there is the problem of classic Sonic also being mute, turning 2/3 of the game into mute thumbs up fest, which is not really ideal when it comes to the main characters of a game, in my opinion. I mean, the custom character sure has a lot to prove to me that he was indeed a needed feature in terms of storytelling. He has to prove that he can take on the seemingly more serious tone story without coming off silly because he is mute. That goes for classic Sonic as well, but that's another topic of another video, obviously. This one is about Bob. Another issue I have is slightly related to the storytelling and has more to do with the overall presentation. Having Bob as a fully customizable character means that there will be less chances of pre-rendered CGI cutscenes since, you know, they're supposed to be pre-rendered and are not really possible when you create a character after the game is complete as a product already. So Bob is ultimately reserved for in-game cutscenes. I don't know about you, but some of my favorite memories in this franchise is when Marza Animation Studios work their magic with their beautiful animation. There's something just beautiful about the way they animate the fluid movements and emotions the characters are trying to convey, which is not easy when you're animating a fictional anthropomorphic blue hedgehog. But that's another point. Like, have a look at the Unleashed opening. Unleashed opening is among my top 5 moments in this franchise for how epic and gorgeous it looks, while Sonic's supersonic transformation in Sonic Unleashed is by far my favorite moment in the whole franchise, solely because how great Sonic is animated there. That is the one scene in the entire franchise where you can see Sonic is using Chaos Emeralds truly as the last resort, and while the Perfect Dark Gaia fight is nothing too special, that cutscene alone made me feel like that everything really depended on this very moment, making me always stay on the edge. Maybe that's just me holding good presentation way too high than I actually should have been putting, but would you be more hyped after hearing this?
Okay, whatever you are, if you want to avoid an embarrassing beatdown, you better give up now!
Eggman! But how?
Destroy me? You and what mustache? I beat you all the time by myself, and now there's 2 of me!
You've got this, Sonic.
You can win, Sonic. You can win, Sonic! You always do!
Time to scramble some Eggman, supersonic style!
or watching this one right here.
Let's do it!
Some people may claim games are just games and don't need anything extra to spice things up, but this is my opinions video, and ever since 2000s, pure games have become a niche, while games aim to be full experiences, much like any other media out there, books, movies, whatever, you name it. There's nothing inherently wrong with just trying to be a pure game, or on the other side, trying to be a full experience, as I'd call it. But if you're not going for a pure game experience like the classic games or Mania, you might as well do your best at becoming a full experience, since getting stuck in the limbo does not really help any of the products out there. You gotta stick to one end of the spectrum in this case. Well, I went on a slight tangent there. The point is, it is kinda disheartening that sections featuring Bob won't be taking the full advantage of Martz's amazingness, and losing your best presentation opportunity is kinda the price you pay for having a custom character. The thing is, if Sonic Team really works their magic with their in-game animations, they can easily achieve that. Oh, they did that already once with Sonic Unleashed. I believe you can see why I love Sonic Unleashed so much. It did so much great things when it comes to the overall presentation. Well, gameplay animations did not look like anything special in Sonic Forces. Looks to be on Sonic Lost World levels, to be honest, with a more distinct art style. But the in-stage cutscenes are honestly giving me a lot of hope. When we see Bob zip around the spider mech in Green Hill, or dodge and jump around train-looking vehicles in Spaceport, the animations look really active, fluid, and exciting. Which brings me to my next point. Those amazing action-filled cutscenes inside stages seem to be there to hide the fact that custom character gameplay is just an inferior version of modern Sonic gameplay. I don't have a problem with Wisp powers, but when the highlight of your gameplay is the Wisp powers, I can tell you're on the wrong path here. Custom character can run fast like Sonic, except doesn't have boost. He can jump just like Sonic, but doesn't curl up into a ball, which creates a vulnerability, which is a problem, especially when you're trying to be invincible against regular enemies when you jump, which is essentially the whole history of Sonic the Hedgehog the past 26 years we've been playing this series, with the exception of Sonic 06. Sure, Wisp power-ups are fun in short bursts, but I don't feel like they have enough power to be able to carry a whole gameplay style on their own. But then again, I totally love the in-game cutscenes providing some action that is not really possible in terms of gameplay. I mean, I love the Uncharted games, so I can't really complain. What I hope, however, is that they create these kinds of set pieces for said in-game cutscenes, essentially quick-time events, but much better hidden in the game. Uncharted does it all the time, and I have barely seen anyone complain about it there, because the set piece is so well done that it adds to the game, and it does not really function like a traditional pointless QuickTime event. It makes you a part of the cutscene, and to be honest, if there is one franchise that can make use of QuickTime events, that is the reflex-based Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. It is all about reacting to something in a quick manner, and I believe QuickTime events can really be used to their full potential in the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. And I hope Sonic Team really makes use of this, especially in the rather inferior version of modern Sonic, which is Bob, the custom character gameplay. But yeah, that is pretty much my opinions on Bob in general for the upcoming Sonic Forces. Please do remember these are my opinions, and you should not feel bad because your opinions are different than mine. I mean, normally I wouldn't say this, but this is the internet, so most people for some reason don't realize that opinions are personal and that having different opinions is totally fine. So please keep that in mind. But if you have different opinions about how Bob is shaping up as a character, as a gameplay, as a story element, feel free to share your own thoughts in the comments. I'd love to see other perspectives as well, which actually help me when I'm making my reviews, knowing how other people perceive these kinds of elements. Just don't be a dick down there to other people who have a different opinion than yours. That's all I'm asking from you. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like and share. You can follow me on Twitter at Gamerturk95 and on Facebook.com/Gamerturk. You can also support my channel over there at Patreon.com/Gamerturk, as well as becoming a sponsor of my channel at gaming.youtube.com/C/Gamerturk. You can find the link in the description and get a custom badge you can show off in the chat during live streams, as well as getting access to custom emotes. In the upcoming 3 weeks, I plan on talking about classic Sonic and modern Sonic as well, along with our villain Infinite, who some people absolutely love because he is so edgy, while the rest just hate him because he is edgy, and I have a bunch of things to say on that. I will be streaming Sonic Forces on its release day, so keep an eye out for that as well on November 7th. Until then, take care everyone.